Different one, it tells you that Alaska had an average of 2,052 votes and that it had a standard deviation of 554. And it tells you that the distribution is bell-shaped, and that's another way of saying that it's a normal distribution. But since its mean isn't 0 and its standard deviation isn't 1, it's not going to be a standard distribution, just normal distribution. And whenever you're doing your normal distribution, it's going to be notated as n parentheses your mean here, and then your standard deviation right here. So in this one, you just copy down what the problem says. The mean average is stated as 2052, and its standard deviation is listed as 554. And this 2052, that is going to be a population mean. And for this one, I'm going to be using GeoGebra. And it wants the probability that it had fewer than 1,000. Okay, so I would just open this, make sure that your standard deviation and your means are similar to what the problem says. So I would just change that to 2052, 554. And notice how your x's are changing right here. So you want to find the probability that it's fewer than. So whenever you see that keyword fewer, that means that you're going to be using the left tail, the left side of this distribution. And since this is now an x right here, your x are your votes. So you can just plug in that 1,881. And be sure to press enter. And now it gives me a probability right there, 0.3788. And this one wants you to use an in-between probability, so instead of using this one, you would use this. And since you're working with x's right here again, you can just plug in these numbers right here. So between 2,095 and 2386. And remember to click enter. And 0.1958. And now it wants you to find the first quartile, and you can actually do that by using the left tail. But instead of changing your x, whenever you're working with a quartile, you're dealing with area. But you don't have your x value for the quartile, so you would just plug the area in the first quartile, that's 0.25, and it gave me the x value for that. So that tells me that my first quartile, my 25th percentile basically, is this, and it told me to round to the nearest whole number. So 3 is less than 5, so 16.78 is going to be my answer. And that's it.